Welcome to a functions and graphs video, having a look at graphs, looking at odd and even functions as well. So we'll look at a couple of examples here. State the condition that needs to be in place for even functions. Well, you need to know this to get these questions right. F of x equals f of minus x. So that if that's true, then it's an even function. And the questions will ask things like this. Show that the function f of x equals x squared plus 2 is an even function. So we're going to run that test and see if it works. So f of x equals f of minus x for even functions. Let's see how we do the working here. Now f of x, we were given the fact that f of x equaled x squared plus 2 in the original question. So all that we have to do on this left hand side is restate the original function of x squared plus 2. Now when we've got this right hand side, f of minus x, you'll remember from the previous video that when there's something different inside the bracket here, it replaces the x in the original function. So instead of f of x being x squared plus 2, we're going to have f of minus x being minus x this time, being squared plus 2. So we're just processing minus x instead of x through the same sort of algebraic expression. So let's see how that pans out. When we've got x squared plus 2 on the left hand side, no great dramas there. Now all we're saying here is when we have a minus value and we square it, a minus times a minus makes a plus. When you square something, it multiplies by itself. So really that section there is really minus x multiplied by minus x, and you will get a minus times a minus makes a plus, leading to a normal x squared there. X times x makes x squared. Minus times a minus makes a plus. So you can see that that turns out to be the same expression on the left hand side and the right hand side, which is how these show that type things work. If you can show that the left hand side of an expression equals the right hand side of the expression, you've kind of proved the expression is true, or the test is true that you're trying to prove. So therefore that's an even function. F of x equals x squared plus 2 is an even function. State the conditions for an odd function. In this case, f of minus x equals minus in front of f of x. Let's see how that works. This is a typical example here to show you. Show that the function f of x equals 6x minus x cubed is an odd function. Okay, well let's see if this test works. This I guess it's a test to see if it passes, to see if it's an odd function. F of minus x equals minus in front of f of x. So f of minus x on the left hand side. This, like the last example, gets us to replace x in the expression here and here with a minus x instead. So that's why we've put a 6 lots of minus x instead of a 6x, and minus x instead of just a minus x cubed. So that's the expression so far. We're going to have to simplify it in a minute. So, but that's just replacing the x in the original expression with a minus x. Now this second bit here, this right hand side, just puts a minus in front of the normal expression. This is the normal expression we were given up here. So we've just put a minus in front of the bracket and just restated the original expression there, 6x minus x cubed. Okay, let's simplify each of those. 6 lots of minus x is just minus 6x. Now, minus, let's just move over here with this one. Give myself a bit of space. We've got a minus in front of a minus x. Now when we've got minus x cubed, we've got a minus x times a minus x times a minus x. And when you have a look at this section over here, minus x times minus x, that section there, if we did that first, we would get x squared. Then when we multiplied it by a minus again, we would get a minus x cubed. Then when we have a minus in front here, it's like we've got a minus 1 multiplied by what we get. So we get a minus times a minus, making a plus. So that whole thing in the end works out to be plus x cubed, which we got just here. A lot of thinking there. That's pretty tricky, but still, that's why I like to write it out separately on a spare bit of paper or an extra space on my page. Here, if I thought of that as a -1 multiplied by each of these two things, like expanding through the brackets, I get a minus lots of 6x and a minus lots of minus x cubed. So you can see that this expression here in the end equals that expression there. So therefore we've got that scenario where the left-hand side equals the right-hand side, which is kind of proving our point here and showing that this expression 6x minus x cubed is an odd function. So that's the sort of the way we've got to think through these things. We're replacing things, replacing x's with things when they're different things in the brackets, or putting a minus in front of the whole expression. So yeah, I hope that talking through of odd and even functions there helps. Get plenty of practice, and talk to your maths teacher if you're stuck. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time for some more functions and graphs.